We're rolling, yeah. Ryan Marr, welcome to You Can't Sit With Us.
Ryan, would you believe that is the name?
Is that the name? That's the first time I've heard it.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's good, yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
You know where that comes from?
Mean Girls?
Oh, yeah.
Haven't made the branding or logo, but I think it's going to be pink.
Pink, lovely.
Yeah. Multicolored pink. You know, the kids love that these days. So, Ryan. Surprise, surprise.
The man, the myth, the legend.
The king is back.
I didn't go. I wasn't gone this time for once. I was always here.
How are you?
I'm good.
Tom, how are you?
Sorry, lads, I'm just finishing off a bit of chocolate.
We just recorded a podcast with old Zujan there, so we're just getting some interstitial? No, not interstitial.
Interstellar.
Interstellar.
Love that movie.
Yeah, good movie.
Great movie.
Christopher Nolan. Matthew Buchanan's got a new book out.
Does he?
Yeah.
He was on Rogan, wasn't
That's
he?
why. Some guy.
Interesting.
Big man. Strong.
Speaking of big men, Ryan, what was it like when we asked you to come into the house? How did it feel?
I was surprised.
He basically told us to fuck off.
That first call was very weird,
I
wasn't
still
it?
have a think about it. I wasn't yes straight away. I just wanted to know everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to think about it.
That's the right thing to do.
Yeah. I was also like a lack of sleep that day. I think I pulled an all-nighter that day, and I even forgot about it. I was like, oh, I have this. Went straight to sleep. Woke up, was like, was that a dream, that call? Oh, it wasn't a dream. Like, I genuinely woke up like after my nap being like, I dreamt about being on a call with Thomas and Jake about something. Oh, no, it wasn't. I checked my WhatsApp. I was like, oh, no, that's real. Yeah, Tom will be up for.
That happened.
That happened.
Yeah. And here we are. So it feels like a dream to me. It's all a big blur.
I can't remember half of the shit.
Like, it's crazy.
It's been a quick 9-10 weeks.
It's a mixture of both. It feels long. It feels like a year, but then also feels like it was yesterday.
Feels intensely overwhelming. Like, just a lot of stuff has happened.
So much stuff.
Are you going to make a funny video about the election? The American election?
I don't know much about it.
Yeah.
And then in the house is kind of just mixed feelings.
Uh-huh.
Like, I think Andrea's on the Trump side.
Yeah.
Oh, well, not Trump, but like more like anti-Biden. And then Shauna is pro-Biden. So it's like, I'm not sure which be a good side.
I feel like you could do something, though, that sort of takes the piss out of everybody.
Yeah, that's apolitical.
I'll just go on TikTok and steal one of the American TikToks that's already gone viral.
Yeah.
Has that been decided yet? I haven't even.
Yeah, he just won. Biden.
Biden.
But there could be an aftermath of like controversy.
Oh.
Were you following it closely?
Not at all.
Me neither, man. A lot of people were. I couldn't be arsed, to be honest.
It is complicated, isn't it? It's not like straightforward. It's like, oh, this is this many votes. It's like, nah.
Also, people who know way more than me would just shoot me down and go, you don't know about this policy. And I'd be like,
Yeah, well,
okay.
I don't, so I'm not going to even butt in. Like, I'm just not.
Yeah, but like you think in 2020, we've all got the internet and smartphones. Shouldn't be that hard to count some numbers.
Yeah.
Press a button. And the app should just be like, oh yeah, he
I
won.
know. I didn't get the whole mail voting and stuff
Just
like
for,
that.
I think it's honestly for entertainment purposes.
The build up. Yeah.
Yeah.
They probably ran loads of ads during the news and got loads of money from it.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Yeah, eyeballs. Sell.
Paid. Good crack. Well done. Fair play to them.
Ryan, how long have you been doing your skit videos for?
Summer 20... Was it only 2019? Summer 2019.
What?
Yeah, summer 2019.
That's such a quick ascendance.
Yeah, no, skits came out of nowhere. Didn't even think I was going to start skits. Didn't think skits were funny. Anytime I saw skits, I saw the bad ones that other people made, and I was like, not for me. I used to do commentary videos on YouTube, and I used to just like take the piss out of people trying to act and being like, that's not funny. But then I came across like 4 or 5 skits that were like people I still watch today, and I was like, oh, I want to do that now.
Like, who were your original inspirations for skits, do you think?
Long Beach Griffey, love him. Long Beach Griffey. Oh, do you know who he is?
No, you told me about him before.
No idea.
Oh, you'd love him. He's so edgy but funny, and I think it's true. His skits are. He's good. Who else? Caleb City. Do you know who that is?
Nope.
No.
They're all American, so it was all from the Americans.
Cody
Kinda
Co?
He hasn't made use skits, does he?
No.
But yeah, he was more.
Would he be an inspiration, or?
He was more the YouTube inspiration.
Yeah.
Cody Co. And then, yeah, Logan Paul. KSI, the usual big dogs.
The big
Logan
dogs.
Paul. I love that guy.
Yeah, he's a phenomenon.
Yeah, sure. I was doing YouTube for like a year and a bit, getting no joy out of it, posting videos, spending like 10 hours in the video. And I thought of this. My Instagram was dead. No, I had like 200 followers on Instagram. Would never even posted pictures. Didn't like pictures. And I was doing this. I came up with an idea of making 100 TikToks in one day, and then I made like 2. Didn't even make the YouTube video, and because I was like nowhere near 100. But the 2 TikToks I made were kind of funny because it was like my sense of humor. Sent them to my cousins and my mates. They were like, "Oh, just put that on Instagram. Why not? Like, you're a YouTuber, you might as well." I just put it up, and I got like 400 likes, and I was like, "What? This many shares?" And I just started going and making more. People like, just do more of these, and then just started blowing up.
That's mad. How we had a previous conversation with Rob with how could you achieve your 10-year goal in 6 months, and to think that you've amassed like a substantial following in a very short period of time. That's pretty epic.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's mainly due to the fact that your videos are just so shareable. You just want to share them with so many people.
Well, it's to do with how like good they are. Like your videos are really funny, but they're also really well put together. Like there's a secret little director inside Ryan.
Yeah, I have that naturally. Everyone I talk to and anyone that's texted me has been like, "Oh, like what did you do? Film in school? What film school did you go to? What acting school do you go to?
Yeah.
And directing, or what? Who do you have that's there?" And I'm like, it's just me, and it's just me from watching movies
Yeah.
growing up. That
But isn't that everything? Like, you know, you don't hear a professional footballer saying like, "Oh, I'm a professional footballer because like I went to football school."
Yeah, I have this nutritionist constantly when I
Yeah.
was like 15, 16. No, you went on the street and you kicked the ball around.
Exactly.
It's like the time in the my skits where there's like a pause and then the joke hits. It's just for me watching movies. I just laugh when I know it hits it. There's no like, oh, it has to be like 4 seconds, 5 seconds.
It's like stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
There's time. Timing is everything.
That kind of just came out of nowhere though.
The whole skits thing, or
Yeah,
the
the skits thing. I kind of knew the whole YouTube thing would do well, but the skits just came out of nowhere. I just rolled with it. And there wasn't really a viral video that much that just blew me up, and I was known for that. It was just known for it. If I ask someone what's your favorite skit or what you know me from, they'll pick a different one every time. I like this one. I like this one. There's never a one that everyone likes.
But one thing, is maybe a subject change, but your shares on Instagram are out of control. Like out of control. That coronavirus one. Are we allowed to say?
Yep.
What was that like?
13.1k
Shares.
shares.
Not likes, not comments, shares.
13,000 people sent that to their friends.
Send that to their friends.
That's
Send it on their story.
crazy. I'd say Mark Zuckerberg's at home jerking off to those metrics. Whoever this lad is, fucking get him out there more.
I need to roast the government more. I need to
Yeah.
roast them more.
13,000 shares.
It still goes up. It's almost at 200k views on Instagram.
What?
But like that to me was Ryan basically applied his skill of making skits to basically, like, do you know those YouTube channels that were tipping away and then they basically started reacting to the biggest stuff in the world? You have that in you to like, that's why we brought up the presidential thing. Like, you could use your talents to make something that's just, it like hits across everybody, that it could blow you the hell up. You would think, in theory.
I think that's something that, I don't want to box you in as a comedian, Ryan, but like that's something that every comedian faces, is like, you obviously start making comedy about your surroundings, then your city, then eventually your country, and you start to get an audience that way, and you're like, oh, but my stuff's Irish. I don't know if I could do something about England, or if can I do Europe or the whole world, and eventually you just get there. I think you start making global jokes and you start getting global views.
That's kind of the goal for TikTok recently. Like when I'm doing, like even the recent TikTok I did with Lauren, it's so easy for me to do Dublin Irish comedy. So easy. I could blast them out a day, like every day. But then I was like, how do I make this funny but for everyone? Like I watch The Americans. How do I make it that comedy, but it's just still my accent?
Yeah.
Same with anyone. Like if any Irish comedian, if they go over to America, they slightly change their jokes. They won't use the same because everyone's like a different sense of humor.
Yeah, it's going to happen, I think.
That's the goal. To get.
And like, do you still think you spend as much time watching movies as you did when you were growing up? Or are you in a phase now of you just make stuff and you're pulling from like your experience in the past?
Yeah, the movies I watch. The movies I watch a movie like once or twice. I'll know the whole like every joke that was in it. I'll rewatch it until I know the joke. But I've watched like so many Will Ferrell movies growing up, and I can't even, if I watch those movies, I already know what's gonna happen. I know all the jokes, and then when I watch them, I'm like, man, I say that joke like twice a day, and that's from that movie. I can't even remember. It's just there. But then there's stuff where like if I haven't watched it, I'll hop straight on it. Like if my brother goes, watch The Office, I'll binge watch The Office in like a month, and I'm like on an Office kind of roll with the jokes, or like Always Sunny or something that I haven't seen, or a new comedy comes out.
You just kind of absorb that and then like take what you like from it.
Yeah, if I watch stuff now, I'm like, it's kind of like homework. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I want to laugh. What made me laugh here? Like, what actually made me laugh out loud?
They say that about people that are trying to learn, like copywriting for like websites and stuff. They say you should, or even just to write books, you should just write out your favorite books constantly, and then you'll just start writing well, writing good.
Just all inspiration.
Yeah, there's nothing new under the sun.
But you sort of just become it in a way, don't you? You sort of like all those movies you're talking about. You become funny through the absorption of it. I'm speaking completely through my hole here.
No, I know
but
what you mean.
but it is cool how you can sort of just mirror stuff and then become funny. Like maybe some stuff is just timeless.
Yeah, it's like you're a mixture of all the characters you're watching. You're laughing about. Like you're like, that's me.
Like that's what originality is, isn't it? It's just like some combination of stuff that people don't really understand, and they can't pinpoint it to one thing. They're just like, Ryan's funny, but you know that it's come from like a plethora of like loads of things that have all come together.
I'm just a hybrid of like all the movies I watch. There's nothing original. It's just picking the best ones from everyone.
Yeah.
What's it like living in the house, Ryan? And why we had some contentious points at the start of the project in terms of like, it was hard for you to live there. Like, what was it like moving out for the first time?
Scary, fun, exciting. I was more scared of at the very start of like the people moving in. I thought I wouldn't get along with like all the like 50% of the critters. I was like, I'm not gonna get along with Lauren, Andrea and Lewis. I'm not gonna get along with, and I was like, okay, there's a difference between doing content with them and then actually living with them, being able to sit next to them and just being able to stand them. And I was like, oh, I'm just not gonna mix with these people. But it was actually after like 2 days, I was like, okay, I was wrong. And I still do that now. If I don't know someone, I'll just jump on it. Even with Robert, even with Robert, first hour I was like to him, yeah, sorry, my bad, got you wrong.
But did we tell you that I got him wrong?
Did you get him wrong as well?
He was on the list to be originally in the house, and I said to Tom, he is not going in the house. And then I followed him, and I paid loads of attention to his content, watched his, you know, when you follow for someone for ages, you get a better feel. And I was like, I just texted Tom one night, and I was like, I was completely wrong. Let's get Rob in the house. And that was like 2 weeks ago, and he's here.
I watched from a distance his content. Never actually watched them. I just
Yeah.
watched from a distance. I was like, oh, he's like an extrovert. He's this.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't know. I don't like the whole fitness industry on YouTube anyways. I just don't like them. I'm just like, oh, they're full of themselves. They talk so much shy. Like, it's just, I can't stand that side. And I was like, okay, is he part of that? And then I was like, oh, he probably is. And I'll see when he gets here. And then after like an hour, I was like, okay, I'm wrong. My bad, Robert.
He's actually a really nice guy, isn't he?
But like, he's very different off camera to on camera, I think.
As
like,
most people are.
yeah, I am. Like, a lot of people are.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said himself, he's like, I'm an introvert. Like, I'll just sit down and chill. But on camera, he obviously knows he has to be a bit. He's great.
Yeah. Shout out to Rob.
Show you, Rob.
What a man.
Zujan.
The big
The
man.
big boy as well.
Big boy.
Has your life changed at all since you've got a social media following? Because that was only a year ago when you started, basically.
Yeah. A little, yeah, good bit. Like, if I
Are
was...
you more confident now?
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah. Much confident. I used to be scared even posting a YouTube video. Like, when I got my first camera, I was like... Took me 4 months to even post a YouTube video. I was just so scared to post. And then... Since when I saw one or two people noticing me, I was like, oh shit, they know I have a YouTube channel. I was like, man, that's the whole point. You made a YouTube channel was to get noticed. And then after a while, it's like, if I was to go to shops now, it's like, can I get a picture? And like at the start, if like people notice me, it's like, oh, you know me? Oh, no way, that's cool. And I start talking to them, what are you doing? But now it's the normal. It feels so weird. Like I'm the guy, just another picture, just another thing. Because everything was local at the start for me. So around my area, yeah. Nights out changed a lot. So much. Going on nights out, I probably couldn't go on a night out now. If there was no COVID, I couldn't. I'd have to like do like.
It's so true. Before I knew Ryan very well, we went out. I can't remember what it was, maybe last Christmas.
Was it VloggerCon? Was it?
Oh yeah, it was February
yeah.
before the lockdown,
Yeah.
and it was like me, him, Keane, like a few people, and at like the entire night, people were coming up to him, and we were in McDonald's at 3 a.m. afterwards. I was like, Ryan, how the fuck do you talk to so many girls? And like it went to a completely different conversation. But I was like, this guy is famous. Like people know him. He's in
Yeah.
the culture. Like all the students knew you.
Yeah, all the students and all. And that was, okay, so that's in February, VloggerConf. I didn't even have a TikTok account at that time. That's my 11K on Instagram. So I can't even imagine going out now. It'd be crazy.
We need to give you security guards.
Be drowning in pussy. Are you allowed to say that?
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah. Just
Alright,
saying.
it's good
We're
crack.
saying what everyone's thinking. You're hardly excited about sweaty guys coming up to you, are you?
Pat me on the back.
Yeah, well done, Ryan. Love your skits.
Little head rub.
Oh my God, are you Ryan Marr?
That's me.
Well, yes, I am.
I love playing it off for people who are drunk. They're like, I know you're facing somewhere. I'm like, we're in the same chemistry class. Like, you sit next to me. And he's like, no, you're definitely not. I was like, Miss Murphy's class, yeah. And I just go off. They haven't got a clue because they're still drunk. Like, they haven't a clue. Awesome.
Funny.
Sorry, I was going to say something there about the fame thing. But sorry, who comes up to you on the street though? Like, is it guys? Is it girls? Is it young lads? Is it older people? Like, what's your demographic?
If I walk by a group of school lads, they'll definitely notice me. School lads, 100%. 20-year-old guys a lot. Like, I was at like Starbucks with like Shauna, full on guy with bloke with a beer. Was like, yeah, picture with you. I was like, oh yeah, sure. Which is crazy to me because he's like older than me and he watches me. I always think people who watch me are younger, but I get the few older lads. Yeah, and then girls as well, my age. Anyone around my age, a bit older. I'd be a bit shocked if like kids watched me. I'm like, shouldn't be watching me. Some of my content isn't for you.
I think though it is, Ryan, because like I know we were all 12 once. I was looking up inappropriate things on my iPod. You're probably like,
Okay.
Okay.
You're like
Weirdo.
Elaborate there. What inappropriate things were
you're
you
like
watching?
that little the guy they watch who's like, oh, this guy's funny because he's saying things that I shouldn't hear about.
That's like me with Minecraft YouTubers growing up. I watched the Minecraft YouTubers that were cursing, and I was like, it's only Minecraft, but it wasn't. It was like, you know K-Wire Speedy?
Nope.
Still going.
Oh no, I don't actually.
Oh, I used to love
I know
watching him.
Stampy Longnose.
See, no, that's the Stampy Longnose, the normal Minecraft, and there's K-Wire Speedy who literally talks about like all the like outrageous stuff, but plays Minecraft. But it's the conversation. But you're just watching him like mine, but he's talking about crazy shit, and I'm like 11, like watching it, like yeah.
That's sort of interesting because Stampy was someone who my sister watched when she was very young. And I guess as from a creator's point of view, they have to decide, am I going to cater to the kid or am I going to cater to the teenager? And like you very much only cater to like I don't think you really cater towards little kids, but you've sort of made that choice yourself. It's just not you, is it?
Yeah, I wouldn't find that fun. Like I said to you, if I was in YouTube to make money and get views for just to get views and money, it doesn't matter what way I get it or whatever, I'd just get toys and unbox them. I'd unbox Play-Doh and I'd get 1 million views a week. I'd unbox Kinder Eggs, but it's just like, that's not enjoyment there. I mean, that's not the reason I started YouTube. So I'm like, I want to have fun, do crazy stuff, have fun with my friends, and be myself. And then if people like me for myself, if like 100,000 people like me being myself, and then it's much better than 1 million people watching me unbox Play-Doh.
Yeah,
That's how I think about it.
Nothing wrong with Play-Doh, though.
I love Play-Doh.
Yeah.
I like Play-Doh too.
Plato was also a very smart guy back in Greece.
Ryan, would you take
Don't play though. This
a
could be us, but you
million-
playing though.
1 million on TikTok or 50?
No. 100,000 on YouTube or 2 million on TikTok.
2 million on TikTok.
What? What a answer. Wow.
Didn't expect that.
Very out of left field.
I know some people who have 2 million, because mine, I have 200k and I can get a lot of people from that 200k over to my YouTube from TikTok. So if you're telling me the percentage that I get from the 200k I get from the 2 mil, it'd be more than 100k. But that's just if I know that's the same percentage. So it's like,
Wow.
think about it. If I have 200k followers and I get 20k coming from TikTok, if you have 2 million, that's 200k coming from TikTok. consistently from just one TikTok.
Do you think that's your personality, or is that conversion rate out there for anybody if they play TikTok right?
It's more or less your brand. I had this conversation with Rob today before he left. We were talking about how me and Rob could just make a viral video there and then, 2 million. We'll just plan something, a stunt, but we won't talk. It's not our brand, and it'll just be a viral video. Like we were talking about the Damn Daniel guy, that Damn Daniel thing. Like where's he now? There wasn't a brand built around that. I was at once off, and then there's videos you can do that are just like consistently views. Because I don't really have a viral video. I'm not chasing a viral video every time I'm uploading. My video does well, and that's me. So I feel like if I did that up till 2 million, then I'd take that 100% because I know people follow me for the brand.
Yeah, that's definitely real.
Like some people, I think me and Jake probably be in the same boat here. Like we just don't really like TikTok. That's because we really like YouTube more. But the way you're talking there has opened my mind to think, well, if I, and not just me, but like anybody, if you got 500,000 on TikTok, knowing that you could get 30K on YouTube and 30K on Instagram from that by diversifying down, then that seems like a no-brainer. As long as you can move people. If you're not able to do that, then is it just a waste of time?
There's some people on 8 million on 8 million to 10 million on TikTok followers, and they have like 2,000 followers on Instagram, and they're constantly pushing people over. But that's just like, then again, that's probably just kids following without even knowing, just pressing follow. It's like just being cheap just because he has a lot of followers to follow, and then
Or it just could be like a viral video with nothing to do with them, as you said.
yeah,
And then it's just you're just being used, really.
that's what I'd be scared of.
Nobody cares about you.
Yeah.
I think that's like I already said on Rob's podcast. I think that's the worst. I'd rather have no followers than have that.
Yeah,
It's so scary.
especially as a content creator, where
Yeah.
you're making content. You're like, watch this, and they're like, no, we want to watch you fall,
Yeah. Just fall again.
fall again.
Fall again. And you're like, oh, it kind of hurts. I don't want to fall
Yeah.
anymore.
It's like, here's this like 10-minute video I made that's basically art to
I
me.
want to talk about my feelings.
Yeah, no, they don't give a shit.
Nah, fuck you,
They don't.
fall.
Fall again. That was funny. Oh,
Shit face. Yeah.
it is crazy though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all good. It's all fun, and like it's all a big game, as we said with Rob.
It kind of annoys me though when like you see people who are like trying, and then there's people who are just half-assing it, making those type of videos, and then you're like, I'm never gonna get those followers, ever. I'm not gonna get 8 million on TikTok, but they're just doing like slime videos and these fake pranks. You're like, oh.
I think it's when you can marry both approaches that you'll probably be like you'll blow up and have an impact.
You just need to
Is
find-
when you marry what?
Well, like if you think about someone like a Logan Paul, like he sort of does viral videos, but or not anymore, but like, back in the day, but they were always wrapped in his personality. So that's combining both.
That's what I said as well. But the first video I saw of Logan Paul was the colorblind one, and I was like, okay, over exaggerated, fake, but the other 8 minutes of that vlog, I actually enjoyed it. Like, and there's other vlogs that I watched.
Yeah. Like you have to have a hook at some point for
hook.
people to jump onto.
That's what I was saying. If there's like 2 months time, if I didn't grow at all in 2 months, even when I'm posting, I'm like, I'll have to do something crazy.
Yeah.
Something stupid. Something outrageous. That just annoys everyone. And then I realize, we just did that so he gets traffic.
Yeah, facts.
Fuck traffic.
Oh, traffic.
What do you want?
I just want to drive.
Fuck traffic. You didn't get that joke?
I got it now.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
If you were to, let's just play a thought experiment. Ryan, your channel has actually been stalling now for the past 6 months, and you do have to do something crazy. What would you do right now, given that you are in the Gotel and you have certain things available to you?
A lot of clickbait.
How clickbait?
How clickbait.
Rob Zijan clickbait.
Yeah, that's the clickbait.
Get Lauren Whelan in a thumbnail. Clickbait.
Yeah. Lauren Whelan, Shaun the Sheep, just rotate them every week.
Yeah. But I said this to Tom as well. David Dobrik and Logan and all those people, if you go back through their last 25 videos or whatever, like more than half of them have a girl
Lana Rhodes.
in them. Like it's Lana Rhodes, it's Karina Koff, it's what's Logan's girlfriend, Josie.
Yeah.
It's David's assistant, it's one of his other assistants. Like I think that's sort of just part and parcel for YouTube
Part of the
content.
game, isn't it?
Wasn't there a whole thing that PewDiePie did like 3 years ago? It's like boobs in the thumbnail.
Yeah.
It's a whole song and everything. You put
Yeah.
boobs in the thumbnail, million views.
But it works.
Oh, it works, yeah.
And if that's the hook that gets people to watch your funny content, is it that bad?
Probably not.
I don't know.
Like at the end of the day, and you know yourself, Ryan, you can put loads of effort into a YouTube video, but if nobody clicks it, like it's almost sometimes, unless you're conscious of it, the thumbnail is almost secondary when it's really a primary. If you don't have a good, like if you don't make your packaging of your product look really good in the shop, nobody's ever going to taste it, no matter how good you've made the ingredients. And it's the same thing with a YouTube video.
Sure, I did one, even my recent one there, I can see the click-through way, or the click-through way, whatever,
Yeah.
and it comes up, and the one where I have my face out of it, and the two girls in it, Andrea and Lauren, just did like 20% of what he usually does. And I was like, okay, and then the top ones is just me standing there, blurry background to my face. So weird.
Your face did better.
My face is better.
Wow, that's interesting, isn't it?
Nice.
Because they didn't know, it's like you don't know if it's my video or not. They thought it was probably like Andrea's video or Lauren's video. If it goes
What are you saying about Andrea and Lauren's videos?
My audience probably won't watch them.
Oh. What is your click-through rate, do you know? Average, like.
I don't know. I actually don't know. I should have checked it before I came.
That's
It's
okay.
probably very dependent on, if it was mainly your audience, you'd probably have an extremely high click-through rate. But if it had more views and it was given out to more people, the average is going to go down.
Well, I get more views than subscribers and more views than followers on like nearly all my platforms.
Which is like an anomaly, the definition of an anomaly.
Yeah, I think that's something you should work on, though.
My YouTube video I'm putting up tonight, first second is 68.4% user and subscribe. Make sure to subscribe because I just
Yeah.
don't push that often.
Yeah.
Like even Shauna was going onto my channel. I was like, I'm not subscribed to you.
Yeah.
There we
I
go.
know.
I think that's a thing with like funny people though as well. Is like, not to say it's the same as the falling video, but like if you're just funny, I don't think that many people will follow you. You'll always get loads of views and shares, but you won't get that many followers. You have to again wrap Ryan's personality into it.
You need to be like that.
But like, you know, when you're doing your skits, like they're characters.
Yeah.
So I'm still not getting to know Ryan in that way. Do you know what I mean?
You need to be that YouTuber that's like, oh, what's up? Subscribe. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. I'm doing this today. Even though you're like, play the game.
Yeah, play the game.
Like, yeah, I definitely don't do that. I think that's like, probably is a little hack. I'm not into all these To be honest, I find it a little bit icky saying, subscribe to my... It's like this person I don't want to be.
It's gross.
But you need to do it.
It's gross, but at the same time, we're on a podcast talking about how could you get more subscribers.
And fucking Logan Paul does it. And he's an unreal storyteller.
Especially, it's because it wasn't like when Logan Paul was doing it. It was those channels that were like, make sure this hits 100,000 likes.
Oh,
But
yeah.
They didn't even watch the video yet. It was the
Justin
first thing
Escalante does
straight away. And it's like, oh, like they didn't even watch the video. You're just making someone hit the like button.
Yeah.
Make sure they subscribe. You say like 4 or 5 times that video. You're popping it up while the main thing in the video is happening.
Nicola Milan is so funny with it though. He's like, he'll get to a pinnacle in the video and he'll go, to make sure this old man actually makes me do this, make sure we get 69,000 likes. And it's like, it's funny.
He's slagging those people. He's taking the piss. And he's also one of those people who, for like 2 years I was watching him, didn't grow at all. And the videos that he was making were unreal. He's going to Tesco, doing these crazy stuff, like illegal stuff. And even, I remember, the only thing that gave him the push was like the Sidemen came across him. And every single one of his videos commented being like, just keep going. Keep doing it. You'll get the push. You'll get like what you're supposed to be getting. But now he has like 2 million. But it's a cult following.
I'm part of that cult.
Yeah.
The NDL. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't bought a hoodie, but like I'm part of the
Yeah.
NDL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a few of his videos. I'm not in the NDL.
All right.
I could be though. I just haven't been converted yet.
No, we could baptize you later on.
Mm-hmm.
You can just sit down and just binge watch all of
But
them.
he had a collab with KSI there, and I was like, wow. Like that is like, he is ascended to the throne.
But KSI is a fan of him. Like the Sidemen were watching him and were fans of him. And were inviting him over to his house and stuff. And they were like, oh, just keep going. You get the push. We saw your videos. Like they're going to do well. It's just YouTube algorithm didn't help him out at all. Still probably doesn't.
His stuff though is just so, and people wonder how to break out on YouTube. It's probably the hardest platform to break out on, and I don't really know what you'd put it down to with him. Was it the thumbnails were good, the content was good? I guess it was probably a combination of everything.
Yeah.
Like, when do you think he actually did pop off, Ryan, or do you know? Because I hopped in the bandwagon when he became like, he was on 700k.
Yeah. Popped off. He did the Tesco prank and that got recommended but to everyone. And then his prank he did in his May.
There's a Logan Paul one as well.
The ring ones popped them off. That gave him like a 500k boost. The ones of sneaking into the ring, sneaking in these places, all those kind of pranks, they popped them off.
Same with your man Eric, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty recently popped off, isn't he?
He did at the Logan Paul fight or something. He interviewed Jake or someone, or maybe his dad. I don't know. Yeah.
Or the Nico one, it was when he got I know what it was that popped
Shannon
him off.
Briggs.
The Shannon Briggs one and getting Jake Paul and Greg Paul to say I'm a nonce was just that video, just that clip just went around, and then everyone just was like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
You love the game.
Yeah.
He's a top man. Eric is probably the biggest. The thing is, like, again, it goes back to YouTube being so valuable. You can probably name on one hand how many people you've seen really pop off on YouTube, whereas TikTok, like, people pop off every day, and it's like, well, what's fucking new?
Yeah, that's why it doesn't even feel when you have like when you have 200k. I don't even feel like, oh yeah, it's a lot. It's just like just someone out there with 300k just doing stuff on their phones. So
What's your favorite platform to make videos for?
YouTube.
Not Instagram, even though you've really popped off there.
No, YouTube. With Instagram, after like 24 or 48 hours of posting, the video is dead. No more like only when it gets 24 hours of shares. There's no really feed that I could leave TikTok for a week, still gain like 5k followers. Leave YouTube for a week, still gain such and such many subscribers because it's on the recommended and it's constantly in the just going around and around. But Instagram is like, if I don't post on that, it's dead.
Actually lose followers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck Instagram.
No, Instagram.
Yeah, that is actually, I never thought about that before.
I don't know why my videos do well on Instagram.
TikTok, though, is very much like you gain followers when you post. YouTube can almost be the opposite if you have stuff that's like keeps growing and racking up views, and like you can get a steady stream constantly.
Yeah.
But you can also, if you put the wrong YouTube content up, you can lose followers, subscribers.
Case in point.
I think
They're
it's
like,
it's
nah.
it's so much harder losing followers. I think it's like impossible to lose followers on TikTok. It's impossible to lose followers on TikTok. That's when you see people with like a mil, they're just not gonna unfollow. And then YouTube lose a few subscribers every now and then if you change your content or whatever, or
Yeah.
you just forget about you. But Instagram, it's like if you post even a story, you could lose like 20 followers,
Yeah.
30 followers.
Yeah,
just
people are like,
that.
fuck that. I hate when you post about that. And they just don't,
I'm
like,
constantly losing followers, but I'm gaining like 200 in the same space. I'm losing 10.
Yeah.
I'm still like, what is those 10 people unfollowing for? It's crazy.
Because they're dopes.
Yeah.
or they just like, I've had it before where Instagram's a weird one because particularly with stories which occupy up most of your time on it, people feel like, and I'm included, they put up a bit of a licorice, all sorts. They put up all kinds of stuff on their Instagram, and you might be like, fuck, I didn't follow so I can see Ryan. Well, you don't do this, but like, I don't follow so I can see Thomas do CrossFit workouts. I follow because he makes YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck this, I'm going to unfollow. Whereas YouTube, because it's so much more curated, it's like, you don't just whack up a YouTube video. That's not how it works. I'd say people can become like, oh, well, fuck this guy on Instagram. I'm just going to unfollow.
I think it's got to do with the feed on Instagram as well. The feed is just whatever's new. So let's say they weren't active for 5 days. They didn't see you posting your 2 pictures, but then you go on the 5th day and they see you posting like 3 stories. Well, this guy doesn't do anything. Unfollow, you know what I mean? Or I didn't see the video you posted. It's because it's always new. It's like people just spam it. I think the whole thing with Instagram is spam.
Do you know, like, how do you think you could go viral on Instagram, Ron?
Insta spam.
Insta spam. Viral on Instagram. Some get people to share on the story.
Is 13,000 not viral enough for you?
Like, Ryan is the epitome. I don't know anybody
Story
who's gone
shares.
viral like he has, unless you're an extremely good looking girl.
Yeah. I'm not an extremely good looking girl
Is
now.
that even viral? I don't even think that counts as viral.
No, viral would be like a mil.
Yeah.
Reels goes viral. Reels is just, I don't really count Reels either. It's like TikTok, I don't really count it.
Yeah.
It's like a vanity metric, isn't it? It's like,
It's just fake news.
like they get a lot of views, but do they even get that many likes? I
No, they
know.
don't. It's like 50k views, like 400 likes. I'm like, what?
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think, I'm going to throw out a conspiracy theory here. I think the views are so high is because, have you ever just opened the app and it's on the Explore page and a reel is there? It just counts that as a view, regardless if you click it or not. And Instagram's like, yo, you just got like 40,000 views, but it's nothing.
Same with TikTok. you're not clicking on what video to watch next. They're telling you what to watch next.
Yeah, you've
So
no
you're-
choice.
So they're telling you you're watching Addison Rae Dancer, and you're like, man, what? And that's giving her like 8 million views.
Yeah.
And they're doing that. They're pushing it.
It's funny, isn't it? Because at least in YouTube, you actually have to click something.
Yeah, but you have a choice on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's like they're pinning you down, like, you're watching this.
Yeah, watched.
And you watch 1 second of it, you're like, I didn't watch that. I didn't even like that. And they keep sending more to you.
That's very interesting, isn't it? I never thought about that.
Did you not?
They're all trying to get our attention, but in different ways. I'm sure the YouTube people are like, oh my God, TikTok's so bad because they give you no choice. And TikTok's like, oh, fuck YouTube. We just give you everything that's cool.
Yeah, and who decides if it's cool or not?
That's so untrue, though, isn't it? Because all the TikTokers want to go to YouTube. I've never heard of a single person ever in the world that said, oh, I wouldn't go to YouTube.
I think it's because they're scared.
Yeah.
They're like, if this app just like what happened to Vine, or they're like, I'm gone.
I'm gone.
Gone.
YouTube just sucks all the other ones up.
But maybe they think that they can't make the proper transition to YouTube. They're like, oh, fuck, I'm a TikToker. I can't.
Yeah,
Can't
and
do
a
it.
lot of them, like a lot of people from Vine, didn't either.
Yeah.
But you also got David and Logan from Vine.
But then you have like Brandon David's mate from Vine had much more followers than any of like David's mates. When it came to YouTube, just didn't happen. Didn't happen for him.
It's definitely more of a grind.
On YouTube.
Yeah, but just pure, even just from the length of content.
Oh yeah, no, YouTube. It kills me that I'll like spend like 2-3 days making a YouTube video, post it, and get like 6K in the first 48 hours views.
Would you ever put a skit up on YouTube?
I think you did that before.
I've done it before. I've done it
Yeah.
before, but it's like cause if I make a skit for YouTube, it's hard to put on TikTok because it isn't portrait. The portrait and landscape doesn't work. That's the only reason I don't do on both. Because
Would you not just film in like 4K or something?
what, landscape?
Yeah, and then just crop in.
Yeah, I did that once. It just didn't turn out well. It was like the screen was very empty on the YouTube on each side because I had to.
Yeah, you
Smack
have to
bang in the
stay-
middle of the
Like
frame.
if I'm
Stay
having
real wide.
if I'm having a fight scene,
Yeah,
it's gonna look weird on the landscape or either weird on the portrait. You won't
Yeah.
see everything. It's just so hard.
get 2 cameras and mount them together. One landscape, one portrait.
And then have to do the shots twice. If you think
Yeah.
about it, because get everything in the frame. It's so difficult. I just kind of there was a time where I was like, I'm just gonna do skits on YouTube, and I was like, nah, it's not gonna work.
Because like you could argue you could pop off there as well pretty well with those.
Skits, yeah.
Like, not to put you in the same category whatsoever, but like a better version of Rory Stories.
Don't say that name. Sorry.
Who the why don't I?
What?
What's Roy Stories?
Oh, he's just this guy who gets on the Irish trending page for comedy, which I don't find particularly funny, and I would think Ryan's is funnier. From a pure, I'm sure he's a lovely guy, but just from a content point of view, like I don't see why Ryan's stuff couldn't be trending.
Rory
Yeah.
Stories.
Have you ever seen Rory Story?
Take a look at this.
He's always trending on the Irish. Have you seen that?
Not anymore.
I'm
He used
not
to
on
be.
Irish
He used to
YouTube.
be.
I don't-
He literally though got like 60. He gets 60K on
Yeah. I think he's more the older audience, the mom and dad and stuff like that.
the boomers,
The boomers, definitely.
the old boomers, not even the boomers. Like I would categorize Jake as a boomer.
No, it's the old boomer.
Gee, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you'd be fucking wrong. I'm a millennial. You Gen Z.
For those who are listening, Jake's opening up YouTube right now and clicking onto Rory Stories.
He's got
Yeah.
100K.
100K.
Yeah.
And how many?
You'd only be pulling. Well, he gets 35,000 views on the reg.
It's mad that he can post like minute-long videos.
50
That's
seconds.
And
bonkers.
it's on his phone.
Yeah, well.
That's crazy, isn't it? Like, who's the fuck to say that Ryan can't do that? Like 2K likes.
So we can go play it again at PlayStation, will we? Yeah, come on, let's go.
Jeez, he's bald, like. Like he is. he's
Ryan,
bald.
maybe that's the trick you're missing
I
if
think
you
I
were
need,
bald.
I need to get a skinhead.
Shave your head.
I need to
man.
get Robert. Robert can cut hair. He can hook me up with a skinhead.
While the barbers are closed and all.
Yeah.
Rory stories. Ryan's stories. Ryan's flying.
Yeah.
Ryan's
A sign.
sublime.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something where. Yeah.
Have you ever thought of that, Ryan? You could have a little second name
Yeah.
other than Mar.
I was thinking of Ryan's roast
Mm.
alliteration because I can't really rhyme or anything with Ryan.
Mark Megan Sunday roast. You could just have Ryan's roast.
Yeah.
Are you a roaster though?
Low key.
Yeah, he could be.
You're a low key roaster. Toaster. Ryan's Toaster.
Yeah, toaster.
Um,
I never actually watched Rory stories. I never watched any Irish YouTubers
or
any Irish
comedians or-
influence. Nothing. It was all either UK or American.
That's interesting.
yeah.
I guess I would definitely say your stuff is more. Do you know the way when you see, like, I have a very small career on TikTok, but I would have just copied other Irish stuff that I saw. I would never have said that, like, oh yeah, I can see where Ryan got this from. It did come across as quite like original, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. I didn't want to be the whole Irish mammy stuff and spice bag stuff. It's not for me.
Yeah, Whelan, get out of here.
Potato bags. Now I bullied her into not doing that. She's bullied now. She does that. She's getting roasted.
There's no bullying allowed in the Go House.
None of it's bullying.
There's
no
curfew by 10
bullying
p.m.
in the Go House.
There's many different rules.
It's called motivation. It's not bullying. We just motivate each other to make better content.
Go House is getting a bit tense these days, isn't it?
It's always
lot of-
tense. I don't think it's always tense. You just
a
don't
lot of
see it.
fights,
I see it all the time. Every day I say it. It's something every day.
There's something. Like, even after we had that big peace mission there 2 nights ago, an hour later, people were having arguments in another room.
Yep.
I was like, this is brilliant.
Great.
Shout out to the Go House.
But sometimes, like, I don't mind drama. I don't mind drama if we can film it. Like the other time there was drama with Laura and all. But most of it's not even drama you can film. It's just like
Yeah.
drama. It's just
so unnecessary.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it's different. You're living with someone, and it's funny with us. I think everyone is like, if they have a problem, they'll say it. There's no bottling up. They'll just say, I'm gonna say it.
Yeah. They're pretty fucking open with their feelings.
And an hour later, they're eating dinner together, laughing, and they'll repeat the process.
That is the cool thing about it. There's a lot of arguments, but there's a quick cycle of we resolve them.
I think that's why they let it out straight away. They know, like, I don't want to, like, if and Lewis annoys someone, they're like, I'm not gonna just sit here and get annoyed for like an hour thinking about what Lewis did. I'm gonna just say it here for 10 minutes, back and forth. 20 minutes later, we're like chilling.
Shout out to the Go House.
Yeah.
We wrap it up there.
Ryan, thanks so much.
No problem.
Thank you, Ryan.
Anytime.
Keep making those funny videos, yeah?
I'll try my best.